Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
Adjustments to the agenda. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the prior meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Public comments, no longer than 3 minutes per person.
Hello, everybody. I'm back from my winter hibernation. The best winter ever. Many thanks to everyone who donated so much food and help. It makes the cold, long winter go very fast. Many thanks to the young folks that came and took me out as they didn't want me to have cabin fever. December 2018, January and February 2019 was the best snow plow job in front of my place in all the winters since I retired. I'm sorry to hear so many people were so ill this winter. I heard some of you had colds, viruses, heart problems, blood problems, and cancer, and a few have dementia. I wish all of you a fast recovery. The Athens Valley Cemetery sign has been ordered. The post holes and post will be put in as soon as it arrives. Hope to have everything done before the end of May 2019. The solar light for the memorial stone flag has been ordered, and as soon as it arrives, I'll have Harold and Steve put it up. Expect this will be done in early May 2019. I have been the local historian for the Grange for the last 20 years, and the Golden Rule Grange in Athens put in the second floor of the Athens Meeting House. I'm still working on writing the exact dates, but I'm getting closer, and I'll give the public more information when I do the research and more books. I got to read 20 more books this winter. I've only been a Grange member for over 35 years. I belong to 2 subordinate Granges, 2 Pomona Granges, 2 state Granges, and the National Grange in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
The adoption of the local emergency management plan. We don't have the actual form here, but I will make a motion because we all reviewed it last year and looked at it. You had no issue. I will make a motion that we adopt that. I will get a copy of it and get that to Wyndham Regional Commission.
And I will second that motion.
All those in favor? Aye.
You're gonna adopt the plan.
Adopt, yeah, the plan as written.
Those are the only questions that she said.
Just this is, just so I can give the plan
You sign it and get it to the
to
Yes.
Wyndham Regional. All right.
What is it, David?
Local emergency management plan, it's a plan in case there's a natural disaster, or it doesn't have to be natural disaster, it can be an event that needs, and it lists out what the town is, some of the vulnerable areas, and the resources that we have to pull from. So, and it's an annual thing that we have to do, so.
We have to update it annually or just sign it annually?
We have to update it annually, and have it in, but they changed the format, of it from,
Last fall.
yeah, this is the first, 2019 was the first year that it had to be in the new format, so. Town boards and officials. Sure.
The date for the plant sale, bake sale, open house is gonna be changed. We were aiming for the 18th of May, but that's not gonna work for a variety of reasons. So we're gonna go for the Saturday, which I believe is the 25th. Yep, 25th of May.
Is that Memorial Day weekend?
It is Memorial Day weekend, the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend.
You don't think people might be away?
You know, our other choice was the Saturday of Mother's Day weekend,
Wow.
and it's a little later, so we think that people will be more ready. I mean, a lot of people are putting gardens in on Memorial Day weekend, so we're hoping that will, people will come by in the morning, take advantage of it, and go home and put plants in the ground.
So it's
It's the 25th, yeah, and we're thrilled to have the involvement and support of the new gardening club in town. So that should be good. We're starting at 10. Folks that are donating plants are going to be encouraged to bring those by at 9, so we can get everything organized and whatnot. I'm about to submit a grant in the name of the town for $1,000 to seek support for our summer series. Looking to make some purchases of things that we can have on hand, like lighting that we can use and pop-up tents and such that will be helpful to have for events. So we'll see if we can get that funding from that. The thinking was that having that on hand would make future events easier to have
Would you like
set up.
us to approve the submission of the grant?
Oh, if I need you to do that, yes, I would like you to do that.
I would make a motion then, Sherry, to apply for this grant and sign it if necessary.
I'll second that.
Yeah, it's all done online, so it's not like anybody has to put a signature on it, but
And-
it's going in the town's name, the same as the Crosby grant did 2 years back when we were doing that.
Who's that grant with?
Pardon me?
Who's that grant with?
It's through the Vermont Community Foundation. It's $1,000, and it's the Crosby Gannett Fund aims at the Brattleboro area, so it's a place-specific grant. And we did get $1,000 from them for the stabilization work. So I'm hoping that they will be happy to now fund sort of the next phase of things going on there. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry. go
All
ahead.
those in favor? Go ahead. Aye.
That's okay. I'm not sure when we will know about that, but I'm optimistic that we will be successful with it. I haven't heard back yet from Chris. I was away for a good chunk of time since our last meeting here. I haven't heard back from Chris. I don't know if Don put together the gusset plan that he said he was gonna do and send to Chris, but I haven't heard back from him, so we're still sort of moving towards that, hopefully sooner rather than later. And I happened to talk to Tom the other day. We're hoping that Danny will be able to get up there and do the drainage work soon.
And is the chimney still intact, or? is that-
I'm sorry?
The chimney that was gonna be removed? is
Oh,
that-
right, that was the other thing. I spoke to Nathaniel, and his preference is that at this point is that we have everything up there prepped, and then rather than trying to do a weekend, which is what we've been talking about, he'd rather do a weekday. So he can probably bring one person along with him. I can be there. We might be able to get one or two other people, but we'll probably do it on a weekday when the weather is not conducive for him to be out doing his regular masonry work. So that's sort of, I believe Don has already taken care of the steps that go up from the second floor landing up to the attic, so that's a little bit more stable area for us to be negotiating when we're doing that work. I'm pretty sure he said he had done it, and I was hoping to see him tonight, but I'll confirm that with him. And then it's just a matter of when Nathaniel's available. We'll be going ahead with that.
Now, is it recommended that that be taken care of before the gussets be put in to relieve some of the weight and pressure?
You know, I
You
don't
know.
know if there's a recommendation or not, but it can't hurt to take the weight off. So that's what we're gonna go ahead with as soon as we can organize that with Nathaniel. And Nathaniel's preference is to, well, he was saying to me tonight, he would like to see us stack the bricks outside under the eaves so that the rain coming off of the roof will wash off the bricks. But I said, it's not necessarily a good idea if Danny's gonna be coming up there and doing the drainage work very soon. So we'll see where that's at when we get in there to do the chimney, and we'll stack them somewhere out of the way, and perhaps have to move them anyway, so.
Okay.
But at least they'll be out of the attic.
Off the way it'll be off.
Exactly.
Maybe if you get some old pallets, stack them on that so that you.
Nathaniel has pallets, so he'll bring it and we'll stack it and cover them there for now. And, you know, I'll take his advice on what makes the most sense to do with them.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
Should this be the time to bring up, we should have a BCA meeting and a BOA meeting.
Okay.
So you know if we want to set a date for that, if we could have them both together
Should
in
be
one
able
night.
to. We should be able to. Yeah, as long as we get to whenever you want, I guess is reasonable.
Because there's just two parts. I'd like to see in the property that's been abandoned.
All right. Yeah, whenever it's good for you,
Okay.
call and go for it. All right, roads.
Matt? Everything's going good. Mud's almost dried up. Everything's pretty rough, but Mother Nature won't agree with us, so we can loosen up material to smooth it out. So, other than that, everything's going good.
I see that that bump at the new part of 35 there has come up out of the ground a little bit, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, we're gonna meet with Basin next week, hopefully, and we're probably gonna end up having to dig that section back up and make sure that it's. I think me and Tommy both think there's a rock on the uphill side trying to come up through that got heaved up. So we want to dig that out before we completely finish that project.
Okay.
They said probably the end of May or sometime in June they want to blacktop it, so. But I figured we ought to dig in there and find what's in there before we go any further.
So do we think we need a excavator?
I'm gonna have to have an excavator to do that, but I'm gonna I'll get a price from them and see what they think.
That's just a permit, road permit. Well, why don't we, you'd think use Basins to come out and do it?
They'll always have to warranty the whole job.
Alright, well, why don't we, I'll make a motion that we, you go ahead with getting Basins to come out and with their excavator.
And investigate what's in there.
What's
I think what's gonna have to happen is gonna be cut back like 5-6 feet each side of that, taper it down, see if we can get the ledge out, if there is ledge there, build it back up, compact it back in and repave it. We better do it now than wait another year, because.
Yeah, so I'll make the motion that we get, that we have Basins, excavator.
I'll second that motion, but my question, go ahead, let's put the vote first.
Alright,
and then-
all those in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
So do you think it's on the uphill side,
I
going
think
all the
the
way
what?
across?
I think it's worse on the uphill side. I think there's a piece on each side, but I think it's all on the brook side. I think it's on the left-hand side of the road.
You can dig it out, or do you have to blast it out?
I think, well, what little bit we've dug across there, I've dug out with our little backhoe, so that if they come with a good-sized excavator,
if
they
you,
should be able to dig it out of there.
you can see the part of the ledge right in the bank there, it's coming out, and that looks like you could break it apart.
See, I dug all the way up in front of that piece with the little backhoe.
Yeah, but I would think that, I mean, you can see the ledges there, so it's not.
That's where we blasted it out of there years ago. A lot of it's all broke up. It just missed a couple pieces when we put the under drain in. It made it hump up.
So we'll get it done as quick as we can to get
Yep.
them out there.
Get that done.
Alright.
So we won't, if Basins is gonna do it, then you won't need to have flaggers,
They
they'll
can
provide
get
their
their
own.
own.
Okay.
We got 2 flaggers in town now that do it for us anyways.
Okay.
We need 'em.
Anything else for roads?
We got a couple culverts that we're gonna have to do something with before the summer's out. This one, I think the heaved up and cracked them.
Are they the plastic ones?
Yeah.
One's up by Tim and Shirley's up on the Reed Road, and the other one's down on the flat down below Hedgehog.
Were those ones that you were anticipating on doing anyway?
One of them was. One of them was. The other one, I don't know what's happened to it. But I know the one down Brookline had a problem for a couple summers now. And this winter with the frost going so deep, I think it finally sheared it off or something. Frost days, there was a lot of them this year.
All right. Anything else?
So I can think of.
Warrants and mail?
Oh, we need a burn permit.
Oh, yeah.
For,
Tomorrow.
I'm back at town back tomorrow if you can if it's raining.
go for it.
We've already warned Sergeant that we might do it tomorrow.
All right.
It's brush.
Yeah, the brush pile back in town back.
We have 2 overweight permits that we need to sign here. One from A.S. Clark and
Barrett.
Barrett.
Barrett, you said.
Yes. Barrett.
Barrett Trucking.
Yep.
And a big,
$10. I'll keep that on file, because maybe times we need that.
Oh, yeah.
The one that came in.
Yep.
How's Reed Road doing? Is it still muddy?
It's actually dried up. It's almost at the point where we can grade it. But the edges are still pretty soft. Especially on the far end.
The fire trucks are okay to get up there?
Yep.
I was in a neighboring town on their dirt roads, last couple of days, and the dirt roads that get a lot of traffic, they were a lot worse than that.
Yeah, 'cause
But, I mean, they can take care of it. This rebate form, do we know if the
That's for you guys to
Yeah.
finish filling out and send in. As far as I know.
Alright, they weren't gonna do it? Well, I believe we have 3
we.
permits.
Oh,
No, permits. P&L.
do we have the receipt for this, for all the lighting? Because they probably need to submit a copy with this. That was the last one? Or was that this one?
That was a little before. It's not this, I think it was last.
I think it was the last one. I'll get that later.
All 3 of these permits you just signed. I think,
there, it's Mark.
Okay, we're done. Oh, you want to then those, this is, so the check,
The checks are in,
those two are.
okay. So where's this one? This is for the Beamers.
This is right here.
Okay, that's all. Mark that in here. And this one was, 4-star company. Do we have the bags, or we just,
We're working on it.
okay.
Still.
We still got,
They should be coming soon,
we've got enough though.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah.
Hannah's gonna submit, they sent her, not sent her a sample, but
So this is just the deposit.
yeah. She, they sent her, not a sample of the bag, but a picture of the bag.
Uh-huh.
What it looked like.
Okay.
So you had to prove that. so
Okay,
that-
for the, design,
Yeah,
for ATG. Oh, there it goes.
yeah. Yeah, those two we had to be.
Gotcha, that's why they were,
That's where they're at. We could put them in ours. I'll do that.
well, okay, just wanted to. Is this gravel, that big pile that's at the bottom of your Walker Road, that's,
Some of it.
Some of
yeah,
it is,
okay.
some of it's up to Oaks and some of it's at the town guys.
Not much of it left.
Goes quick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Does when you take 17 loads down the Brooklyn,
So many you guys got some?
one day.
That was Tuesday.
You don't have a load dumped down that way?
Yeah, we got down, far out to Orchard Pit. There's probably 3 loads left out of that 300 yards.
With the warm weather we had this last weekend and then the rain, that road just exploded.
We had, 150 yards brought into the town garage and that went on right out through by, George's house on, Brookline Road and Henry Woodbury's and Cemetery Hill.
No, so we don't have any more pre-buy left?
No.
I think for next year we upped,
Yeah.
yeah, we upped it because we did.
Tom, Matt, is Milton Cat, invoice, was that for, the backhoe?
Yep.
Yep.
That's what we put under.
They didn't run it through under warranty.
No, this is not warranty work.
Nope.
What was,
The salt from where the radiator goes,
yeah?
they have a mud flap underneath the radiator, just like in Tommy's backhoe. Well, the new backhoe, the batteries sit underneath that mud flap. So when you rinse the radiator out, it turns all that salt water and puts it on top of your batteries. It rotted the terminal right off it.
Well, it's done as our design.
Yeah,
Is it?
because I thought, like on his batteries are on his side.
Like it did when you started, something in behind the dump truck. And now, you can't get to the battery, it won't start, but you can't open the hood, because the bucket's setting up again. The bucket's gonna be in the air to get to the battery, so you can open the front of the hood.
So now, when we rinse the radiator out and everything, we flip up the front and clean out the battery box too. But I thought the batteries were on the side where it says battery box. I thought that's where the batteries were.
Well, what it's got is, we went over one morning and started to go load gravel. And I get in it and it click, 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 so I said, the master says, it must be the light. If the door don't get shut tight, the inside light stays on. So I said, the master said, well, door must not have got shut, the batteries are dead. So on the side of the machine, there's two places where you can hook up the battery charger or jumper key. So we hooked them on there and, I don't know, we dumped around in there for an hour and a half, got back in it and tried it and nothing. Just click, 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 son of a bitch. What the hell is this thing? So we started looking for the batteries, couldn't find them. We crawled over top of that thing underneath it, all over the place to find it.
So there's
finally,
two batteries in there?
there's two batteries up front. So finally I told Matthew to call Caterpillar and have them down service the thing because I thought the starter burned up on it.
Well,
It was acting like.
$2,200.
How much did they charge you to come down here and go back home?
The labor, $1,300. Invoice parts, $500, and then miscellaneous invoice, $420. I'm in the wrong business.
Me too. For what they charged you to come out here once, you could have been right back for a month.
That's the new phones.
What new phones?
We have 2 new phones. We
Nice.
have cordless phones now.
Nice.
The other thing that we gotta get checked on, get a price on is, have a radio put in that backhoe, two-way radio.
There's none, there's none in it?
No. Not so we can talk between the truck and the grader and the backhoe. So whoever's operating the backhoe can't communicate with anybody.
Why don't we, talk to Carl Mill, see what he put in for it,
Get a price on it.
get a price on it.
I think we talked to him once about that, didn't we?
I remember about the backhoe.
So this one's.
We did on the grader, he come
Yeah.
switched them, but, you know, the back, cause he goes one way and I go the other with the backhoe on a bad, like through the windstorm we had. I either gotta wait somewhere for him to come back around or something. We've tried the portable hand radios.
They don't always work.
They work fine, but if he goes down in the brook line and I go up this way, once he drops by the pond, you can't talk to one
Yeah,
another.
it's usually about a mile or so.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're repeated, but it's still a handheld won't reach. It doesn't have the juice.
That one.
But he might have something used or something, we can get into it.
What's this one? And this one?
No, we haven't got any yet.
And then are we doing a new 1-ton this year?
Say that again?
Are we replacing the 550 this year? The little truck?
I think it is the little one.
Yep. If we're gonna do that, we gotta start ordering it now so it's ready by fall.
We thought, didn't we tell them to do that?
Not to order, I
No,
know,
we went,
to
we
get
were told to
prices.
get prices on it.
get prices on the body and stuff.
Cause right now, new trucks are 5 months away. By the time you order it, the time you get it right now.
And that includes putting the body on, or just getting
They
the
don't
truck?
come with a body on it, cause you can't, Osgood don't make their bodies anymore.
No.
So you're gonna have to buy whatever comes on it.
Well, no, we got a price from Fairfield.
I was gonna say, you're gonna get it from, are you getting the truck from Fairfield or just
No.
the body?
Go up to Gateway.
Okay,
Well, I will make a motion that
order the truck,
we,
Yeah.
proceed.
Start the process.
start the process. And we will be meeting, we're not meeting again until May, because we took a hiatus from the budget committee. But the second Monday in, right, that was,
I think it's the 13th.
yeah. And we'll discuss it then, but I'll let them know that we ordered it.
Well, I don't,
Well,
I
what,
ain't sure if you wanna order it yet,
why?
but I don't think you got money enough to pay for it.
There's gonna be more than we might have in that account.
So you got, gonna be $20-something thousand just for the back body and the snowplow
Okay.
frame.
Why don't, why don't we talk Well, this is already the 18th, so we're meeting in a month. So we can let you know
I
then.
think we ought to call Fairfield, make sure that price still stands, and then call up to Gateway and see what a cabin chassis, how much cabin chassis is yet.
So you're thinking that it's gonna be more than what they quoted us?
Of what we have in the account.
More
Well,
than
they
what we
never
have.
really quoted us a price on the cabin chassis. We took our truck up and they quoted us on what our truck would be worth when we traded it this spring, this
Okay.
fall.
Yeah. They
Which
give
is
us a rough
15 grand.
idea how much the truck's gonna be.
Well, why don't we get going on the process,
Go.
get the back body, get that confirmed up, and get what it's gonna cost for the
Cabin chassis.
for a cabin chassis, and get it all ready to go, so that by next meeting we can vote to
Where do
do
we have a
that.
cross chief sign?
Up by where the bumps were.
Oh.
And was there a limit on the, estimate that they gave you on what they give us for one? The
If
time-
we don't trade
time
the little,
limit?
if we don't trade the little truck in this year, they said that we could get up to $15,000 for trade-in. After this year, it's gonna drop drastically.
Because it's.
But was there a deadline on that estimate? Like June or?
I don't know.
It was
I just
in
did
summer.
details.
In the summer here sometime.
But they wanted it up there before the warranty.
I did two
Yeah.
details. Oh, was that, no, that was Green Mountain Power,
We'll
was
find
it?
that out, we'll call.
My brain
Well.
is not working properly today.
Well, we'll get it probably on the state bid,
Green Mountain Power.
get it to whatever
So you want the
This one we
motion
got
to-
right now is about 57,000.
So you want the motion to start process of ordering the new one ton?
yes. Do we have a
Well,
second?
not, maybe not so much ordering it, but definitely get
Get all the ducks in a row.
firm prices.
Firm price, well, I think we go with that, and just because if they say we've gotta have the deal right now to get so much of a trade-in, that we, not to order it, but to at least get it all.
Get it
going.
close.
Start the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, start the process. We'll amend it to say
And then
we start the process.
when we call Gateway, if they get a cabin chassis sitting on the lot that will fit what we need, then we can get a price on it. If we have to, we can go up and put it down, have a special meeting and put a down payment on it. So we get it, so we don't have
If
to
they
order it through
have
the factory.
one sitting on the lot, would it be
It would be a holdover, be
a
cheaper.
holdover, so it'd be cheaper?
It could be.
That'd be nice.
It
What
could
this
be
one
a-
was, wasn't it?
That's what this one was that we
Yeah,
have
this
now.
is an old 13, we bought it in old 14.
That's fine with me.
So, yeah, so
So
start the
You
process.
understand that David made a motion to start the process of ordering a new one ton.
Correct.
The new truck
And-
and
And
the
the
body.
body and the chassis.
New
And the
truck.
body and the, yeah. These are all set.
New one ton truck. And body,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay,
And the snowplow frame.
and snowplow thing.
But that's coming from Fairfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the body is too.
The body will come from Fairfield still.
Body and the.
They'll just take the cabin chassis from Gateway right up there. They're done, they'll call us when it's done.
All right, is there a second to that?
Yes, I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll move to executive session, and I'll make a motion that we go into executive session where premature public knowledge would put the town at a substantial disadvantage. It would be a legal matter and a real estate
Contract for that.
yeah, a real estate matter, yeah. Is there a second?
Contract.
I'll second that. Contract